What's a childhood story that still haunts you, but no one else sees as a problem? I was 8. It was summer. My parents sent me to my grandparents' house for 2 weeks like they always did. They lived in a tiny rural town with more cows than people, the kind of place where your neighbors are family whether you like it or not. One day, my grandpa told me we were going to visit Old Man Miller. He was a retired butcher who lived a few roads down. I didn't know him, but Grandpa said he used to give kids candy when they came to visit. Seemed normal enough. I mean, grandparents are supposed to introduce you to their weird old friends, right? So we walked through a trail in the woods that opened up into a backyard filled with old rusted tools, animal skulls, and a tire swing that looked like it hadn't moved since the 70s. Miller was sitting in a lawn chair, staring into the trees like he'd been waiting for us. Grandpa called out, "Got someone who wants a treat," and pushed me toward the porch. Miller stood up, smiled, and handed me a wrapped candy, something homemade, hard like a jawbreaker, and deep red. "Don't bite it," he said. "You let it melt, or it'll bite you back." They laughed. I laughed too, awkwardly, because something in my stomach twisted. He smelled like raw meat and bleach. I put the candy in my pocket and never ate it. Later that night, I buried it under a tree behind the house. The next morning when I went back, the ground had been dug up. The wrapper was gone. That should have been enough to freak anyone out. But here's the part that never sits right with me. Every summer after that, my grandpa took me to see Old Man Miller. He'd give me a different candy with the same warning. "Don't bite, or it'll bite you back." And every time, I'd bury it. And every time, it was gone the next day. One year, I got brave. I followed Grandpa back through the woods after our visit, making sure he didn't know I was behind him. But halfway through the trail, he stopped. I froze behind a tree. He knelt down beside a mossy rock and pulled out a jar, filled with those same red candies. He popped one in his mouth and smiled. To this day, no one believes me. They say Old Man Miller died years before I was even born. There's no record of him in town, no house where I remember visiting. Just an overgrown clearing in the woods behind where my grandparents used to live. When I bring it up, my mom says, "You and your imagination," and changes the subject. But sometimes, rarely, I'll find that same deep red candy on my windowsill. Still wrapped, still cold, and I never bite it.